Hello, y'all. So I guess y'all saying, well, shit, honey, maybe this darn on news might be good for her based off of this look. The first time she darn gonna come up on here glammed up without a bonnet on, honey, she darn goes telling us she darn gonna left, honey. Yes. So y'all know D1 don't do clickbait over here. Um, we keep it straight. I am no longer with Amazon. It has been an up and down, topsy turvy darn going experience being with darn going Amazon. Stressful as hell. And when they darn gone gave us our darn gone let go package, honey, they ain't get no complaints out of me other than the fact that I was like, at first, the timing. Because I was like, well, damn, why did we even go through a shift bid? Because at first they scheduled us our final day was going to be February 12th. Now, mind you, we signed on to this knowing that this was temporary. So it's not like, we were just thrown out of a job and this was permanent position. No. So we came on to this knowing it was seasonal. But see, they lied to us on the premise of what they deemed to be fully seasonal. Now, advertisement, technically they was on par with saying that, okay, we hiring you for the peak season October to January. We get into training, we're told seasonal is a minimum of 6 months. They can possibly extend us out to 9 months if the demand is for it. But the fact that there was so much VTO available in December, I said there's no way in hell they keeping us on for no damn July. Honey, soon as April comes, we out the damn door. Now me, as an esthetician that I am, and me, I'm having a passion to get back to what I do best, which is darn going skincare and body waxing. I said, honey, my exit strategy is going to be for March. Honey, come darn going, and meanwhile, doing all of this, y'all know I'm doing my videos, showing y'all how, to the best of my, that I can, because, there's confidentiality agreements and stuff. Some that's a little bit, I don't know why it's necessary, because I see that it prevents them from further getting people into the company and not knowing what they fully getting into, because you prevent, folks like me from fully educating the folks on what to expect. Y'all don't darn gonna do everything that y'all need to do during training in regards to unexpected situations. Y'all don't, and then when y'all say, oh, there's going to be managers in your rooms and stuff that's going to help you out, bullshit. They don't tell you what to do when all the managers are not responding. There was one day that pissed me off so motherfucking bad that I darn gonna took the rest of the day off. I clocked out 3 hours because I was in a situation that the KC couldn't help. I couldn't get nobody on the phone. There was 6 managers in that darn in our proprietary darn room that I reached out to. Did nobody motherfucking answer the thing. And mind you, this was not my personal manager. But still, when it comes to situations like this, it's like the managers that are on duty still supposed to help you, even if they're not your direct manager, if that makes sense. So this is not my personal manager's doing, because my manager typically is off on Saturdays, and this shit happened down on a Saturday. Honey, that pissed me off so motherfucking bad, I darn gonna clocked out. In addition to the fact that we've had not 1, not 2, but over 4 darn on system issues since I've been here. I've been here for October to February, and you telling me we've having consistent issues like this with a multi-trillion-dollar company? Okay, I can understand the stuff that's outside of your control, such as the tornadoes that struck down in Kentucky. I can understand the unexplainable weather phenomenon where it's darn on wintry weather on the East Coast multiple weeks in a row, especially in North Carolina, thus causing darn on shipping delays. I can understand situations like that where you don't have a quick response for, but when there's a system error that is preventing me from accessing the customer's account, you telling me I got to be vague on the phone and then take the hit to my metrics when they darn going get the customer out and explaining that. And that's what was pissing me off, because it was like I'm having these negative metrics which possibly affected me not being darn going chosen to be to stay for, because there was some folks that they kept the darn gonna be there for permanent position. Now me, I wasn't going to take up the opportunity anyway, but let's say if I wanted to, these types of situations possibly darn gonna hinder me. The fact that, the managers wasn't responding, the fact that y'all outbound call list is so fucked up where it takes me 5-6 minutes just to find a darn going outbound for a particular darn going transfer. And yes, I searched the proprietary search tool to see what I need to darn going search for. But the thing is, if you're not underneath the right type of category, it won't come up. And in our darn going proprietary search tool, it just tells you where the darn going type in the outbound. But it doesn't actually tell you which darn going, what category it's underneath. And I wish I could say more, but once again, I'm bound to confidentiality, so you're not going to really get this until you're out of training and you have to see it for yourself. Because even the darn simulator tool that they use during training, it ain't nothing like the real thing, honey. It's one thing when you do that simulation towards week 3 because it's a 5-week training, but honey, when you darn gonna have to deal with that shit in real life, it's a whole different ballpark. And then they will take transfers out, such as logistics. No longer you can darn gone at the time of recording, can you darn gonna call logistics in the outbound. You had to first go through a proprietary darn gone chat-based tool for somebody to schedule a call back. But then we found out later on that, you can get through the logistics by way of regular escalations and have the regular escalations transfer you over to logistics. Why do you need logistics? For situations such as a customer had a hostile experience with one of the darn gone Amazon drivers where threats were made. Or the UPS darn gone driver darn knocked over the darn gone customer's mailbox. Or done damaged the darn gone customer's darn gone manicured grass and done caused $400 worth of property damage. Situations like that is beyond customer service, because I handle returns. I handle, helping you order items, process, send items to folks, gifts, gift cards, issuing out replacements, issuing out concessions. But as far as dealing with litigations, as far as dealing with compensation for property damage, that's not, it's not dealing with your actual item, honey, that's darn on logistics. So you can understand why it's important to get over to the logistics department. The fact that there was no darn gone type of training on that at all pissed me off. Then the fact that anytime the system goes down, they gave us this generic darn gone strip where we had to darn gone say, oh, well, I can't tell you why I cannot access your account at this time. Okay, somebody's calling Amazon customer service because their account is hacked and somebody is using their account unauthorized activity. And I'm, as the customer service rep, the only thing I can say when the system is down is, I can't access your account for this time. And then the customer understandably wants, me to elaborate on that. And you want me to darn gonna keep being vague. That is, a situation that's creating a hostile situation that don't need to happen. So me being the honest person that I am, honey, they told us not to tell the folks about when the system was down. Bitch, bye. Honey, I'm not about to darn gonna be on the phone, because I already deal with enough customers that call in that be on some bullshit. The ones that are understandably upset, the ones who are just asking a general question like, why am I not able to access your account? I'm going to be honest with them and say, there's technical issues on my end. Well, can you transfer me over to somebody who can? That's when I be real honest and say, well, this is a system-wide issue. Nobody, even on the darn going, even the managers are dealing with this issue. Your account has not been compromised, but the tools that we use to access your account is not available at this time. Our IT department is working on it to the best of their abilities, and they are giving an estimate of it should be up and running within a few hours. That's the statements that I give. I don't go by that generic bullshit script that causes, back and forth arguments and for my mentions to go down. Honey, the customers appreciate honesty. Even if you're giving them bad news that you cannot help them out during their time of need, At least they have an understandable reason why. You're not being lazy. You're not just trying to rush them off the phone. You actually physically cannot access their account. That's the shit that I was dealing with Amazon. And then all of a sudden one day we was also getting all these grocery orders. People that are going to order grocery items through Amazon Fresh, and they are not getting their orders. Now that's supposed to be an instant transfer to the Amazon Fresh department. Because once again, customer service representatives, we do not handle orders specifically for Amazon Fresh. We got a specific department for that. Honey, something done happened with their systems where the entire Amazon Fresh department was down. And by default, all they calls were being redirected to darn going customer service, regular general retail. And within a matter of 2 minutes, we darn gonna now getting a darn going automatic script to darn gonna say in regards to these situations or whatnot. And we're issuing out $20 concessions for the inconvenience. Now the thing is, I didn't get that darn going message of early on until halfway through the call. I'm just as confused. Like, this goes to show you how fucked up Amazon be to us as the customer service rep. I'm on the phone and I'm learning about the issue in real time as you are learning about it. The first call come in where somebody's stuff is going haywire. I offered them dark. I reached out to our other specialists. They darn gonna put a concession on it for $20. They didn't elaborate on why it was $20 concession. By the time I get to the next call and it's the same thing, honey, I'm putting 2 and 2 together. I say, okay, something is going on. And then sure enough, soon as I'm talking with the other person and I'm searching them up and whatnot, all of a sudden our darn proprietary darn chat room is going off. Talking about, honey, there's a system-wide issue going on with the Fresh department. By default, we are now taking all the Amazon Fresh. We ain't trained in this. We darn gonna just issuing concessions out left and right the whole day. Okay, we got through that. Then the search bar disappeared for 2 days. Now let me tell you why this was the final straw for me. Now we can darn go. I don't mind darn going having to read the script. I don't mind having to issue concessions to the tune of $20. Because I can't honestly help you out with your order because of a system issue. I don't mind reading the tornado script. I'm starting to learn, because this ain't my first rodeo with work from home. So I'm able to, de-escalate some of the most hostile of situations without having to reach out to a manager. So I got to the point where I said, fuck the management, honey. And then, they don't tell us what department to transfer over to for other languages other than Spanish. I had somebody that came on that was Italian. Y'all know my Italian is rusty as fuck. So I did my best to darn go and help the customer because technically they was in America, but they spoke mostly Italian. There wasn't no Italy department for me to transfer them to. So me being the overachiever that I am, I darn gonna help them out. Translated the whole thing in darn gone Italian. And I had to darn gonna explain to them I'm Southern. So my darn gone Italian is and my Italian is rusty. The French wasn't so bad. Especially since, if they're Canadian, honey, if it got too bad, I can transfer them over to darn gone Canada. But darn gone Italy, Singapore, I got a call from Portugal, Philippines, Jamaica. It's like, oh my goodness. Like, why doesn't Amazon at this point in the game have darn going fulfillment departments that speak different languages? Why is we just stuck to English and Spanish in 2022? At the minimum, you can at least do the 5 darn on languages that America is used to. English, Spanish, French, Italian, Dutch, German, or whatnot. And hell, with the large amount of darn on Asian clientele, you can also, but see now with Asian, you got to also have you have to read the language as well. So I can understand why they might not include Mandarin up in there as well. So, but yeah, the Latin-based languages that is all under the Greek alphabet, I would think that, you know, you would have customer service agents in each of those types of departments, from English, Spanish, French, Dutch, German, Latin, etc. Also some darn gone concentrations, because the dialect of Mexican Spanish is slightly different than darn gone somebody from Dominican Republic and darn gone Puerto Rico. Same thing, French. The French in darn gone Le Haiti is going to be different than darn gone Guatemala, and also different from darn gone France, and also different from darn gone from Canada. It's all going to be different dialects and slightly different terminologies. So I'm wondering why a multi-trillion-dollar conglomerate such as Amazon don't have that down packed. But I digress. But what pissed me off is on a Sunday, my busiest work day, honey, the search bar is gone. Now, without the search bar, any accounts that come in unauthenticated, which means if your phone is not linked to your account and your name don't come up automatically where I just ask for your name to verify and go in, or if you're calling regarding unauthorized activity on your card, but the card activity transaction is on a different account that requires me to search up that account, anything that required me to search, I was not able to do. Search bar is gone, and we cannot tell nobody that the search bar is gone. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? So, honey, child, and I can understand why they probably didn't want us to do it, because now thinking about it, honey, all the thieves and stuff, honey, they would have went haywire. So I can understand that to a certain extent for the safety, but I was like, well, damn, why they ain't giving us an estimated time frame of when the search bar is going to come up? So, honey, I felt bad for the customers who accounts were hacked during that time, who people's transactions and stuff. It's like, honey, we couldn't do nothing. At best, we could darn gonna try to get you to the unauthorized activity form, but if half the time that doesn't even come up for the customer, which is normally not a problem because I can pull it up and fill out the darn gone thing for the customer and then get somebody to call them back to verify which purchases are theirs and which ones aren't. But once again, without me having the darn gone tools to pull up the darn gone anything, I can't pull up an article, I can't pull up a link, I can't search for a name or nothing. So you can see how basically useless we are when we don't have the universal search tool. The only things we were able to do is for customers who came up pre-authenticated, who we were able to automatically click into their account, and they was only asking for simple stuff such as the status update of an order, or, you know, help set up a return, help issue out a replacement, issue out a concession. But anything complex such as, you know, looking up the return status of somebody on another account, whether or not somebody received the gift card that they sent to somebody else, honey, we couldn't see none of that, honey. Couldn't see none of that. So ultimately, it was fucked up. I mean, would I come back to it? I'll possibly give it another try. But within training, if I do come back, because I will be eligible for rehire in August, and that's only provided if my business has not taken off since then. But I'm thinking that this is going to be my last rodeo because I see better things for me. Y'all know the way that Diva One's trajectory is going, honey. Each darn gone place that I've been in has been a stepping stone. Every time I've gone into something new, I don't go back. So it's highly unlikely I'll be back at Amazon. But in the all chance that I do, in training, I better see some different stuff. I better see them darn gone tackling how to deal with more, you know, difficult situations. I better see a change to the script, with us not purposely darn going being omitting information from customers in regards to why we're not able to access their accounts. I better see better darn on communication from darn on management and all of that. They better get that darn on transfer darn on outbound call list down pat by the time October come around again, for it to be a better opportunity. Also, they need to ease up on the darn on confidentiality agreements. I understand you don't want your competitors knowing everything, but it's like, okay, the names of the proprietary search tools should be patented. So I should at least have permission to say what the name of the proprietary search tool is. Because once again, they can't copy it if your shit is truly patented. You're a $1 trillion company. I'm sure you have stuff patented. Now, as far as video, understandably, you don't want me taking video of the screen and stuff, especially if I'm on a customer's account. That's definitely understandable. But just general, like, checking my schedule and whatnots, that shouldn't be a problem. As long as no personal information is being shown, I should be able to show how, the schedule works. Which I've already done videos on that, and nobody hasn't called me in regards to that. Ain't nobody reached out to me and say, hey, this is a violation of YouTube's darn on privacy laws and whatnot. So I guess I'm good on that one. But still, I wish there was some more that I would have been able to show y'all. Like, I wish I would have been able to give y'all a rundown of how, to navigate. Like, even if I tested it on my own account, because I have an Amazon account, like, I could have used my own account as an example, and technically I wouldn't have been violating nobody's privacy, because I would have been showing y'all on my own personal account of what we see on our end. So, and if anybody in Amazon corporate is darn on watching this, honey, please darn on give me the green light. So if I do come back in August, I will be able to do a demonstration video, use my own account to show what we see as customer service representatives. Because when y'all call in and say, well, do you see what I see on my page? And I have to explain to them to the best of my ability, this is what I see on my end. It's harder for people to hear and process that versus visually seeing it. A lot of us are visual learners. So if people can Google search and they're going to pull up my video and see what we see when we're handling your issues, I would think overall in the future when customers call in, they would be a lot more sympathetic to us if they know the hassle and stuff that we have to go through when solving some of these issues. Especially if you have a very complex issue. So, yeah, y'all, that is it. That is my spiel with doggone Amazon. Also, I did appreciate that, during my final week, all of a sudden voluntary time off came through the woodwork, because I got so pissed off. I said, you know what? I don't want to hardly do no more day now. It was required for me to work my full work day on my last day for me to be eligible. But every other day I was able to schedule off. So that's exactly what I did. Especially when I found out that I wouldn't get no help at all. Now my fellow peers, we were doing good enough. But once again, we all fairly new. So I couldn't get that much help for them. Because it's like they in the same predicament that I'm in. So understandably, it's like they can only help out a girl so much. So, yeah, y'all. That's my experience. And then they darn on, whenever you work past your scheduled shift into your other shift, it makes it seem like you didn't clock in for the next shift, even though you're still on the clock. So there was a time where an hour of unpaid time off was taken off of my account. And I had to go through hell. I spent over a week trying to have them reverse that darn on UPT. And then also the fact that there's no transparency in regards to when the extra time is applied onto your account. Because for each 4 hours of extra time that you put in, you get an hour of UPT. But you don't know the exact date that it hits your account. You just got to look out for it. So I wish they will, create some sort of system where it would show a countdown clock or something and show when that extra time was applied to our accounts. So I wish they have fixed that. Now, from far as I know, for people who were complaining about that they cannot see their gift card balance until checkout, they supposed to be working on that. You know, I might be in trouble for saying this, but far as I know, by spring, this is what I was told to me. By spring, they supposed to come up with some sort of tool that will make it for customers in the future to be able to see they darn on it. You'll be able to go to a specific section to darn on see how much is in your gift card balance. So let's say, you know, you are owed a refund for returning the item, but you don't want it to be refunded to your card. Because for us to refund it to your credit card, it's 3 to 5 business days. If it's a debit card, it can take up to 10 business days. But if you plan on spending more money on Amazon, we can refund it to your Amazon balance, and it will be on your account within 1 to 3 hours. So 1 to 3 hours versus 3 up to 10 business days. You plan on repurchasing on Amazon, that's why a lot of folks go with the gift card option where it reflects on your balance. But the problem is you got to call us that are going to see what your available balance is. So that's why they plan on darn going finally creating a more accurate section where you can actually see that without having to call us in your gift card balance and your promotions that are applied to your account. Because, you know, sometimes the customer service agent be lying when they say, okay, I put a promotion on your account, and they didn't. So to prevent that from happening, and prevent you from darn gonna saying, well, I didn't see it when the customer service agent did put it, but you somehow the promotion applied to your next order and you didn't realize that it discounted, and thus you still calling in for the promotion that supposed to be put on your account. So to prevent all those confusions, honey, they supposed to also be coming out with a section where it shows all the promotions that been added to your account as well. So that is it, y'all. That is all the helpfulness with Amazon. This is my last video, possibly ever, talking about Amazon from a worker's capacity, unless I decide to come back later on in the year, but it won't be no time soon. It'll be August at the earliest that I can reapply, and then, you know, they typically start hiring for October. Y'all know I started this at October 17th. My last official day was February the 9th because I decided to end my contract early. First, we were scheduled till the 12th, and then they extended us out to the 19th. But then I said, just go ahead and end me off early. So my last official day was the 9th with Amazon. But I will still keep y'all abreast of if opportunities come up with Amazon. Of course, I would try my best to give y'all some inside tea of what to darn gonna look out for when it comes to Amazon customer service. So that is it, y'all. Feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will see y'all soon with more videos. Mwah.